Hello and welcome to today's English lesson. My name is Stuart. In today's lesson, we're looking at words and expressions we use in English when we talk about arguing. Let's go to the intro. Now, as I said, today's lesson is looking at words and some expressions that we use when we talk about the topic of arguing. Now, we often argue with people. We have disagreements, arguments with people. Sometimes there can be a bit of tension in the air, especially with your partner, with your children, with your friends, with your enemies. You can argue. So all of these words and expressions will come in handy should you need to talk about this topic. Now, the first words we're going to look at are these ones here, and these are all synonyms of the word to argue. So we're going to build your vocabulary and allow you to have more range when it comes to talking about this topic. Now, obviously the verb is to argue. You can also disagree with someone. You can quarrel with somebody, you can squabble with somebody, you can bicker with somebody, you can wrangle with somebody, you can feud with someone, you can row with someone, and you can have a dispute with someone. So the key thing we're going to look at here is that all of these words can be used with, okay? So you argue with someone, you disagree with someone, you quarrel with someone, squabble, bicker, wrangle, feud, row, and have a dispute with someone, okay? Now, this word here, row, okay, not to be confused with row. It's exactly the same spelling, but when you have a row, or you row with someone, it means that you are arguing with them, okay? So all of these words, synonyms of the word to argue, okay? Now, these ones here, you can also differ with someone. You can differ with them. Means that you don't have the same opinion, you differ. That could lead to an argument, you differ. You can fail to agree with someone as well. You fail to agree. My friends and I fail to agree on the subject of football, which football team we support. We fail to agree. You can be in dispute with someone. You can take issue with someone, or you can take issue with something that someone has said. And you can also cross swords with someone as well. You can cross swords with them, okay? Meaning that you argue or you disagree with them or you quarrel with them, okay? So remember these words here to build the vocabulary and these expressions here as well. Now this one here, beg to differ, this is quite formal. You would say, I beg to differ with you, okay? I beg to differ. You're wrong, I beg to differ. Or if somebody says something and you don't agree, you can say, I beg to differ, okay? But it's quite formal, but you beg to differ with them. Now, the people that you argue with, your enemies, as we can see here, your enemy or people that you maybe don't like, or in the particular time when you're having your argument, they are your adversary, maybe your rival, maybe your foe, maybe your nemesis, and as we said before here, your enemy, okay? So all of these words here, synonyms of the people that you argue with or the people that you disagree with, quarrel with, squabble with, bicker with, wrangle, feud, row, or have a dispute with. Okay. Now, some informal words, let's say, when we talk about arguing and the result of an argument. If you argue with somebody and after the argument you're not friends anymore or you're not speaking, you fall out. You fall out with a friend, maybe. You fall out with Someone at school, you have a falling out, you can also say as well. So you can fall out with someone, or you can have a falling out. You pick a fight with someone, okay? You pick a fight. Maybe it's a verbal fight, maybe it's a physical fight, but it's the result of an argument. You pick a fight. You can fall foul of someone, or you can fall foul of something. You can fall foul of the law, or fall afoul. You can be at odds with. You can be at odds with someone, okay? Meaning that you're arguing, of course. You're at odds with. I'm at odds with my son's teacher. We don't agree. We are disagreeing on the way that the children should be taught. You can be at each other's throats. Quite common that children are constantly arguing or disagreeing with each other. They're at each other's throats. So a parent would say, stop squabbling or stop bickering. You are at each other's throats constantly, okay? You can agree to differ or agree to disagree. If you can't come to a conclusion with the argument and you accept that the other person may be a little bit right, okay, you can agree to differ. Or maybe if you don't like what they say, they don't like what you say, you can agree to disagree. Let's agree to disagree, shall we? Okay, let's agree to disagree. You can also exchange words. Another word for arguing. You exchange words with someone. The politicians exchanged words on the subject of abortion, for example. They exchanged words. And maybe you don't see eye to eye with someone, okay? Meaning that you don't agree with them. You don't see eye to eye, okay? So these are some of those expressions. Another word you can say is that you lock horns with someone, okay? You lock horns. You're in an argument or a disagreement with someone. You lock horns, and you can have a bone to pick with someone. If someone has done something that you don't like, somebody has said something that you don't like to hear, you can have a bone to pick with them, which could lead to a more serious squabble, quarrel, disagreement, argument, wrangle, feud, row, or dispute, okay? So all of these things could lead to arguing. So all of these words in English, words and expressions we can use when we talk about the topic or the subject of arguing. Now, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the section below. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Please share the video on social media with your friends. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on whatever social media you use. I'll see you in the next English lesson. See you later.